stamen. Now, this class, let us see the structure of anther. You see the transverse section of anther. It's almost what shape? Tetragonal. And this is tetragonal, and the microsporangium appears near circular in outline. See the microsporangium, it is circular. You can see here microsporangium is circular. Now let us see the structure of anther. In cross section, in transverse section, you have seen tetragonal, but I have taken only one part. Let us explain the layers. Structure of anther possesses the following structure. First one is epidermis, second one is endothelium, third one is middle layer, fourth one is tapetum. These are the four structures. Now let us see one by one. The outermost layer is known as epidermis. It is just I have drawn violet color. Its epidermis, single layer, single layer, thick layer. It forms protection. It gives protection. It gives protection. Then the second layer is endothelium. This is present below the epidermis. This is also single-celled thick layer. But during maturation, various changes takes place in the walls of the endothelium. I'll explain here. You see, only one cell of endothelium I have drawn. See, I said during maturation, there are some changes takes place in the different walls of the endothelium. I said, see, the outer wall of endothelium. See, this is the outer wall, this is the inner wall. These two are radial walls. The outer wall of the endothelium remains thin, but the inner walls and the radial walls become thicker due to alpha cellulose fiber, and the radial walls due to callose. See, these are thickened due to alpha cellulose fiber, and callose also callose found in radial walls. Okay, next, this callose, in some of the places, this cellulose fibers as well as callose and the thick are absent in some of the endothelium cells, and that part is known as stomium. What is stomium? What is absent? Thickenings are absent, and those region is called as what? Stomium. Now, what is the importance of stomium? In stomium only what takes place? Dehiscence takes place. Okay. Next, endothelium is hygroscopic in nature. What is meant by hygroscopic? Absorb moisture from air. How it absorbs moisture from air? With the help of this fibrous thickening. Third layer is middle layer. Middle layer is composed of parenchymatous cells. Middle layer is composed of parenchymatous cells. This is also one or two layer in thick. One layer or two layer or maybe three layer. Food is stored in the parenchymatous cells. Middle layer is ephemeral. Middle layer is what? Ephemeral. What is meant by ephemeral? That is short-lived. Middle layer is ephemeral. What is meant by ephemeral? It is short-lived in nature, and it is absent in mature anther. It is absent in mature anther. Which layer is absent in mature anther? Middle layer is absent in mature anther. And what is stored in the middle layer? Food is stored in the middle layer. Next comes the fourth layer, tapetum. This is the innermost layer. It is the innermost layer, and it has acted as a nutritive layer. It acts as a nutritive layer. This is also single layer and thick. Single layer, thick. And the cells of the tapetum, it's very important. The cells of the tapetum are first diploid in nature and later become polyploid and also multinucleate. I'll repeat again. The cells of the tapetum, initially it is diploid 2n and become polyploid and also multinucleate by means of endomitosis and free nuclear division. Very important, by means of endomitosis and free nuclear division. Then what is the function of this tapetum? It absorbs food from middle layer and provide nutrition to the microspore mother cell. See, this tapetum absorb nutrition from middle layer and provide nutrients to the microspore mother cells or developing microspore. The tapetum disappear in mature tapetum. There are two types of tapetum. One is amoeboid or invasive or periplasmodial. Second one is glandular or secretory. First step we'll see amoeboid. This is found in primitive angiosperm. It absorbs food from the middle layer, which I have explained already, provide nutrition to the developing microspore after degeneration. Example, Typha, Alisma, Tradescantia. Second tapetum is glandular tapetum. This is the advanced type of tapetum. It do not degenerate quickly. In the previous amoeboid, see, after degeneration, because it degenerates. But in this, it do not degenerate quickly. It is found in flowering plants. Example, Capsella. Function is same only. It absorbs nutrition from the middle layer and transport to the microspore, developing microspore. So, before degeneration, see, it degenerate quickly. Which one? Amoeboid, it do not degenerate quickly, but before degeneration, the cells of tapetum form special granules. That granule is called proubisque bodies. That cells of granules are called as what? Proubisque bodies, and it is released into the cytoplasm. These proubisque bodies are again surrounded by sporopollenin. It is surrounded by sporopollenin, and now it is called as eubisque bodies. Now it is called as what? Eubisque bodies or orbicules. And then finally tapetum degenerates and release eubisque bodies into pollen sac. The function of eubisque bodies is it forms the outer coat, that is exine in pollen grain. It's very important. Function of eubisque bodies is to form exine, that is outer coat of pollen grain. Then I'll see the functions of tapetum. Tapetum provide nutrition to microspore mother cells. Second function is secretion of sporopollenin and pollen kit. Pollen kit I'll explain later. Then secretion of enzymes and hormones. Then fourth one, formation of eubisque bodies. Formation of eubisque bodies. Function of eubisque bodies is to form the outer coat of pollen grain, that is exine.